Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you're never leaving my face. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a mind reader. Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my veins. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a mind reader. Mind reader.
What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Hope everybody's doing well and swell. Hold on 1 second. Shout out to all you guys. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. And on this Thursday, just another day in the Matrix. So hope everybody's doing good. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Top of the morning. As I get more censored. Oh, a lot going on as always. A lot going on here in my area. Rochester, New York. It's been, a lot of weird things happen, a lot of crazy crimes in many different areas. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, let me know if I'm good. I think I'm good. I see the mic moving. But give it another minute. Shout out the Purple Beats. Back at it. Shout out the Purple Beats. Back at it. But yeah, a lot going on. Um, and a lot of it is a lot of things are spreading out to the outskirts of the Rochester area, and now people are like, oh, what's going? Now people are concerned, right? Again, until it hits their bubble, and yeah, it's just some crazy stuff, man. From shootings and just like all kinds of stuff from um, the Rochester police in this area. I mean, the shit that they said yesterday. I mean, um, I could just play it real quick. They had said this yesterday. What have I been telling y'all for many, 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 long time, many years, you know, many years, about the gun shit, right? Okay, yeah, I mean, hey, everybody has a right to defend themselves. It is what it is. But I'm just telling you, they have a clear agenda where you're not going to be able to use it, you know? And I don't have that perception, that thought process of, you know, um, of like taking up guns and going to fucking fight a government or some stupid shit. That picture they painted for truthers and shit and patriots. Yeah, we're gonna take the country back. We're gonna take our guns. That's what they're for. What the fuck? They're not even going that route. But anyways, just reaffirming the whole the whole thing about, yeah, you got a right to bear arms, but they're gonna create situations where you can't use the motherfuckers. You know? They're going to create situations where you can't use them. If you use them, you're taken out of the chess game. This is the game they're playing. You got to move right. You know, I mean, a lot of us know, like, look, man, we know when we got to use shit and when we don't got to use shit. So this don't apply to us. I'm talking about the other people that don't understand what's happening. you know, if we're met with a threat, yeah, we got to deal with it accordingly or whatever. You know, But they're saying this and using it in that context, but they're not, you know. But it's crazy, man. But let me just play that real quick. Again, being in the path of totality, I told you guys that we was gonna see some crazy shit, craziness in this area. Are we gonna Let me play it real quick. I'll play the first one. This is what the police chief said. Okay, if y'all listening.
For mayor and chief, in terms of just the message to the community as well, to not stand for this. We've seen situations, obviously not related specifically to this one, but where people are almost taking justice into their own hands, going after perpetrators. There's just an instance last night with a situation where the significant other chased after and then had guns drawn. And how do you balance that message to the community to?
Basically, what happens is some people that weren't the police, citizens, had basically stopped some shit from going down, guns drawn and everything. And listen to the motherfucking response. Like, what? This is how far down. This is how. This is where it needs to go, but they don't want it to go there. because then it makes them look bad and powerless. Because the people should be protecting the people. It shouldn't. You shouldn't need a security. Now keep in mind, Rochester Police Department is just a security force for the city of Rochester. It's really not for the citizens. That's why they're not doing shit. That's why they don't do shit. Is because the Rochester Police Department, like all other police departments, are businesses and corporations, and they're known. All they are fucking like Walmart security for Walmart. They're just security for the city of Rochester. That's it. So they want you to put your well-being and life in the hands of some fucking security officers. Would you want a motherfucker from Walmart security, you know, protecting you or some shit? No. You're like, yo, I'll protect my motherfucking self. I mean, they're not going to be there when the shit goes down. They can only protect you in front of the store. So the Rochester police only can do what? Protect you when you call them. That's it. Unless they just happen to be riding by some shit they don't know. I mean, that's different. But you gotta call the security for you to come to you, and you dial 911 in this motherfucking area, it's gonna ring like 10 to fucking 12 times. You be like, damn, motherfucker, well, 911 don't answer. You know? 911 does not answer in Rochester off first 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that shit goes over. Motherfuckers be like, damn, how long they gotta wait? And I've had to call 911 for to help people out and shit. All kinds of shit going on, accidents and shit like that. And now, man, you dial 911. If I was in the mood, I'd just dial that bitch right now. But oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing a video. I wanted to see how long it took for 911 to answer the fucking phone. But it takes a lot of rings for the motherfuckers to answer the phone. That shit's crazy. So they want that, right? This is what they're saying. Well, listen to this. Let me listen. This is what the police chief said.
Help support? What are the specific ways? And are these, dangerous? Well, last year.
Yeah, I mean, we're again speaking the broad spectrum hypotheticals. Everyone certainly has a right to defend themselves, but you need to be very cautious. At what point are you no longer defending yourself and now you become the aggressor? It is a very fine line. I would recommend everyone, if you can, call 911 and do what you need to do to keep yourself safe. But don't try and turn the tables on your attack.
That's a question for Mayor and Chief.
What?
In terms of just the message.
Don't try. I mean, is it clear? I mean, I've been saying this shit for a very long time. And you think this just in Rochester, New York, you got to be crazy. This is all across the board. Think about that, man. Citizens have had a lot of people, citizens, whatever, have had enough of this shit, but they don't want you to do that. So who is that protecting? They are like, we want help from the community.
The community as well.
And listen, and this is what the mayor said next. Listen to the mayor.
Hurt off his back, according to his mother and father and his colleagues.
So basically what happened was, this is fucked up. This is what's running around in the street. A taxi cab driver was robbed, beaten, and then shot and killed on the street. Like, that's fucked up. And then they stole the cab and then crashed the shit. That's crazy, man. This is the type of crazy shit that's going on in Rochester, New York. So that's why, they're talking like this. Okay? It was a fucked up crime. But to have a crime this heinous, so many people angry, so many people, concerned, so many people like, yo, what the fuck? Like what? What are y'all doing? And these motherfuckers come out here and say some shit like that. Man, that should ring a bell. Like, yo, these fucking people don't care about you. Like, people had enough. But they got the nerve to come on here and talk like, to say this. I'm going to replay what this motherfucker said first.
Question for Mayor and where people are. Last night was a situation of guns drawn. How do you balance that message to the community to help support? What are the specific ways? And are these, dangerous? Well, last year.
Yeah, I mean, we're again, speaking the broad spectrum hypotheticals, everyone certainly has a right to defend themselves. But, you need to be very cautious. At what point are you no longer defending yourself and now you become the aggressor?
Like, wait a minute. You're talking about a city whose crime is upside down. It's dangerous as fuck, beyond dangerous. And you're going to come out with a statement like that where you may become the aggressor and you got a right to bear arms? Like, what in the fuck? And you got a right to defend yourself? Man, get the fuck out of here with this craziness, man. And this goes into spell cast. This goes into what in the fuck is going on in society where evil is okay. And anybody would agree if somebody is trying to do something to you, they could use it. Oh, we didn't know if they were gonna fucking kill us, but he pulled out a knife and we shot him right in between the fucking eyes. And then we shot him once in the chest just to make sure the threat was eliminated. They can do it, but you can't just look. You clearly in fucking danger, and this is a 3-time fucking felon, right? 3-time felon did this shit, and they're up here talking like that. And the words that come out of these people's mouths, man, this shit is wild, man. This shit is going across the whole board. And I've been telling y'all this for a long time. All that gun shit, riffraff, and this, that. You the fucking target. I mean, they are literally doing this declining society and create a whole bunch of agendas to wrap up in one. And it's already happened in this area where a motherfucker did retaliate. And guess who's in jail? They in jail. And the perp. But they're in jail too. Like, what in the fuck? And they got to go through the whole process because it was deemed that they were no longer a threat. So why'd you shoot them? And unfortunately, that's how the law's always been. But now they're just enforcing it on the people. Thank you, Black Lives Matter. Thank you, Black Lives Matter. You know? So, like, this shit is wild, man. This shit is wild. That this type of shit can happen. This many people can be in danger. It's wild. Like I said the other day, I think I posted a video on my channel. The other day I'm driving. Boom, I just missed Kia boys crashing into an innocent person. And the community was mad as fuck. But again, if the community was to chase them motherfuckers down, fuck them up and hold them for police, they gonna get in trouble. So you tied the police hands already from doing shit. I've seen the cops at a traffic stop watch 2 Kias speed by on the other side of the street doing about 80 down a fucking city street, weaving in and out of traffic, and the cop just shook his head and continued writing somebody coming from work. Somebody coming from work going home a ticket. It's good, rap samples. They come out here and say some shit like this. This shit is crazy, man. But here, I'm gonna wind it back, play it.
Help support, what are the specific ways, and are these, dangerous? Well, last year.
Yeah, we're again speaking the broad spectrum hypotheticals. Everyone certainly has a right to defend themselves, but you need to be very cautious. At what point are you no longer defending yourself and now you become the aggressor? It is a very fine line. I would recommend everyone, if you can, call 911 and do what you need to do to keep yourself safe. But don't try and turn the tables on your attack.
That's a question for.
Don't try to turn the tables on your attack. And the mayor comes out and says this shit after a very vicious fucking crime.
Hurt off his back, according to his mother and father and his colleagues. But he's dead because of a coward. And I think that's what people need to remember, because it's David Treese today. It could be anybody else in this room. And this is why people have to speak up. Because this individual that did this has a propensity to do this. And if you know someone has a propensity to wreak havoc and use guns and all those things, it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we report it. Last point I want to make too is,
Wait, how the fuck? And this was after. How the hell could you say all that shit? And somebody had violence, but yet If you see that shit and you like, yo, man, this motherfucker about to do some shit, let's get him. Let's fuck him up or whatever. No, you got to call 911. And then 911 will come and say, oh, well, we can't do shit till they actually do some shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, this shit is so, man, this shit is so twisted. This shit is so crazy. Call us. Let me wind that shit back. Listen to this shit that comes out of these fucking people's mouths, man.
Hurt off his back, according to his mother and father and his colleagues. But he's dead because of a coward. And I think that that's what people need to remember, because it's David Treese today. It could be anybody else in this.
It could be anybody else in this room tomorrow. But yet, don't defend yourself. You know, if you do, you better use a fine line and think clearly in the heat of a moment of some serious fucking danger, when all you thinking is fight or flight, motherfucker. We ain't thinking what y'all motherfuckers talking about. What in the fuck? It's principles that happen and natural shit that happens in your body to say, listen, I gotta eliminate this motherfucker. It's okay for them to do it. They shoot a motherfucker all the time. Oh, well, it was justified. The motherfucker was running and away from you, and you shot him in the back. Oh, it's justified. He had a gun. But, oh, we do it. What the fuck kind of sick, twisted shit is this? It blew my mind to even hear this shit. Sorry, I think of shit differently. I logically think of shit because I put myself in that situation. Like, wait a minute. You think we're supposed to sit there and think what the fuck? And it hurts for the moment and a motherfucker got a gun? Bitch, if you got a gun, you're already a threat. If you got a gun and doing some shit you ain't got no business doing, you deserve every bullet coming your motherfucking way. Sorry. That's just the way it is. Motherfucker break in a house and got a gun. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if they're backwards, forwards, sleeping. That motherfucker deserves a bullet. Because if they encountered a motherfucker with a gun, they're gonna shoot and kill that motherfucker. But oh, we do it. Oh, I mean, this shit is crazy, man. Right, this exactly. These stupid motherfuckers be dropping comments like that. This is only get out of a democratic city. Bitch, it's happening in yours too. What the fuck you talking about? I mean, which one you talking about? Florida? Look at the crime in Florida. Look at the crime in Texas. I mean, seriously. Another. I mean, this shit is crazy. It's an agenda, man. It's an agenda. And thanks to the path of totality, all right, with dark entities and spiritual energy, this is what's happening. It's going to keep happening. And it's going to get worse. And it's going to get even more dangerous, even more crazy. No, they're not going to stop. I don't give a fuck how many cops you bring in. You bring in the military. Oh, they waiting for GTA 5 stars. These motherfuckers waiting for that shit. They want to see the shit. These evil motherfuckers out here, they think that shit is fun. Can you imagine them live streaming in the fucking stolen Kia, fucking getting chased by a goddamn fucking Humvee or some shit? Man, they love it. They can't wait for that shit. It's cool to them. Like, this shit ain't stopping. You know? This shit ain't stopping at all. No way, shape, or form. But listen to what he says. I'm going to play his ass back again.
Hurt off his back, according to his mother and father and his colleagues. But he's dead because of a coward. And I think that that's what people need to remember, because it's David Treese today. It could be anybody else in this room. And this is why people have to speak up. Because this individual that did this has a propensity to do this.
Has a propensity.
And if you know someone has a propensity to wreak havoc and use guns and all those things, it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we report it.
Okay. Now, if that individual that you know is creeping in your house, or you pop and call second. That's it. Like, this motherfucker is a stone cold fucking criminal. That motherfucker climbing in my goddamn window, and here he go. I'm sorry, somebody got to clean this shit up. I don't even want to clean it up. This y'all problem, not mine. Y'all knew this motherfucker was out here. Fuck you talking about all this surveillance, all this dumb shit. You caught the motherfucker in a matter of minutes. You mean to tell me you couldn't have caught this dangerous motherfucker before that? I mean, seriously. All the technology that I know that's running around in this bitch is one of the most powerful in the entire fucking nation. And they're running pilot programs and testing this shit all over the place. I had to sit through my buddy's trial, and I couldn't believe the amount of motherfucking surveillance and shit that they had. And all he got into was a goddamn fight. Man, that motherfucker went into Walmart. That bitch triggered a fucking system camera linked to the fucking police and the task force. Them motherfuckers came to the goddamn Wegmans and surveilled him, seen what kind of car he was getting into, all kind of shit. I'm like, goddamn. This shit is in Walmart, Home Depot, Target, Best Buy. A lot of these other big chains have this system. Direct link. This shit is wild, man. But anyways, listen to what this motherfucker say.
The last point I want to make too is because it was asked about vigilante justice. We don't want vigilante justice.
And first off, there wasn't no vigilante justice. They ain't say vigilante justice. They say just, and they ain't, the way the media framed it and saying taking justice in their own hands, I don't really like that. But because justice comes after you're judged and shit. That, defending yourself is what it should have been all about. That's what it boils down to. You got a right to defend yourself, and you got a right to make citizens arrest. You got a right to stop some shit happening. You got a right to do all that shit. You don't need police. What the fuck kind of society we don't let slip through here? Oh, wait for the police to come. No, well, if it's some motherfuckers that want to risk it and feel it's right, hey man, you got to do what you got to do. You know?
Incumbent upon all of us to make sure that we report it. The last point I want to make too is because it was asked about vigilante justice. We don't want vigilante justice. That's what we have these guys for. Call us. If you have the information, we're going to do it. We don't want vigilante justice in our city. Okay? That this is why we have the men and women in uniform. This is what your tax dollars pay for. We don't want anybody taking the law into their own hands.
Did y'all hear that shit come out of his mouth? This is what we have tax dollars for. To call motherfucking police that don't come. To call motherfucking police that when they come, you a suspect. To call and they got to get all this information. That's what your taxes pay for. Motherfuckers that I've documented for a long time that ain't even on the fucking streets. Yo, you want me to call them motherfuckers? Like, what? You want me to call them that don't come? What? Man, shit. This shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. I told you it's a different kind of fucking energy in this bitch. And this is being in the path of totality. And now all of a sudden they want to chase stolen Kias now. Yesterday they chased a stolen Kia that wreaked havoc all across this bitch. All kind. It was crazy. And I'm like, for a stolen Kia, well, if they would have just, I get it. But I mean, that shit creates a super dangerous situation. Because why? They're only doing this because people are asking and watching. So they gotta act like they're doing something right now. They're gonna stop again because there's an agenda here. They gotta just do a few here and there. Oh wow. And then the Rochester, then they said this. This was the last one they said. I'm gonna fast forward it to the end.
Yeah.
Oh shit, hold on.
I mean, we're again speaking the broad spectrum.
Near there.
Taking the law into their own hands.
Listen to this shit.
I'll just wrap that up by saying we here at the Rochester Police Department are just getting started. So going full speed. Watch what we do now. Yeah, I mean,
He said, we at the Rochester Police Department are going full speed. Watch what you do next. And then does a mic drop. Like, what? Like, what in the fuck kind of shit is this, man? This ain't no fucking GTA. This is crazy, man. He did a mic drop. Seriously, he did a mic drop. He walked away after he said that. Watch what you do. Watch what we do next. I'm like, well, y'all better do something. Before New York State enacts military up in this bitch, which they're gonna do. Told y'all, man, this ain't the first. This will be the second with military on the streets for crime and unrest. 100%. I've been saying this shit. There's a lot of shit that I said for years. Didn't take any kind of fucking counting to figure it out and predict the goddamn future. Didn't take any of that. So yeah, that was crazy. I just couldn't believe I watched that press. I'm like, what in the fuck is coming out of these people's mouths? Like, seriously. And that's because of that, that the streets is out of control here, man. Out of fucking control. You don't see me doing no night drive, not night drive live streams, not because I'm scared. It's because I'm smart. You know, there's a difference between being scared and being intelligent. You know, bad as I do want to do and just document, and I will. And there will be points where I actually do that. You know, but again, it's a great risk doing that. I get hit by a stolen car, stray bullet, a multitude of things. You know, damn, I should have went in there. Those fucking things packed up. So yeah, and just like you say, rap samples, it's been going crazy in Virginia too. And this is because this is the energy that they done ushered in. They done ushered in a certain kind of energy, and it is here. It is being enacted. It's in full swing. So yeah, god damn, it's packed like a motherfucker in there. Damn, I should have hurried up and got in there. But the sun is shining here, so brings people out. Not a cloud in the fucking sky. That means clear, but it's cold, only 40 something degrees, which is terrible, but it is what it is. So, the other thing is, like I said, I said that yoga post, that yoga shit is gonna go viral, and it went viral, and I love it. I've been in a lot of great talks, giving a lot of people a lot of good research, shit that I had to dig up, old shit, you know, old stuff that I had to dig up, you know, and that eclipse. Thank you to the eclipse, you know, and all the hires, all the people are like, look, these are spiritual people that do rituals and do all kinds of shit. Said nothing happened during the eclipse. Are the same ones saying, oh, yoga ain't the mind. That's so stupid. Posing doing fucking like yoga. I mean, in reality, they don't even understand the difference between yoga and fucking stretching and exercises. They ain't doing yoga. Yoga, by definition, has nothing to do with fucking exercise and stretching. That ain't it. Yoga itself is a spiritual practice. That's what it is. It's a channeling of energy, a movement of energy. It's a yoking of your supreme being with the self and the physical, in the spiritual world, or the unseen world, the universe, whatever the fuck, you know. But yeah, it's great, man, and people are, you know, um seeing it, and others ain't. People are seeing it, others ain't. Like I said, I had to bust out JB Ryan. I know you know a lot of people remember, JB Ryan, right? Joseph Banks. It was just Joseph Banks Ryan. And you know, shout out to my brother Wise. I keep giving him nods because, he kind of sparked a lot of what I felt and seen, and just, put it in. Now you put names to shit, you're like, yo, you know. But yeah, Joseph Banks Ryan. I had to pull that out for the people with all this yoga. I had to pull out Aleister Crowley. I had to pull out Manly P. Hall. All that shit. You know, they were psychopaths, but they had the information. They let you know. CIA, U.S. Army. You know, I mean, this is what they've been doing. They took the spiritual understandings of the East and used it to manipulate an entire fucking population worldwide at that. All right. They use this because they knew and understood, right? They used it. They use it during wars, right? And people are like, oh, how do they use it for war? It sounds so ridiculous. Then when I show them, they're like, it's crickets crickling, you know? So is yoga evil? Well, what do you understand? First, you got to start there. What the fuck even is yoga? Do you understand? That ain't what you've been doing. So shut the fuck up. That's basically what I want to say. Y'all not doing that, so shut the fuck up. Y'all stretching and exercising. Don't call it yoga, because that's not what the fuck y'all doing. Because yoga is something totally different. You know, and they're like, oh, you're so negative. It's not negative. That's just like, look, I can't sit here and, no, that's not yoga. That is no, I say it the way I say it. That way you feel it and understand it. I am for your sake, a spiritual person. So I want to affect your spirit. So that's the way I'm going to deliver it to you. So you hear it, don't you? You feel it, right? If you run, well, you embodied that spirit and you don't want to hear it. Point blank, period. That's the embodiment that you hold. That energy and entity, demon, whatever you want to call it, because whatever your perception of a demonic is you gotta work from the words of your understanding, you know? And that's another thing is the post was yoga is evil and demonic. Well, first off, what is demonic? What is evil? And what is yoga? Start there before you start talking and trying to make sense of things, because demonic to some people is a fucking what I got for a thumbnail, a fucking little devil pitchfork and some other creature running around this bitch, some other being. No, it's an energy that brings forth entities. An entity gets inside of you. That's what it is. You know, that's exactly what it is. Hold on one second, guys. And again, it's very deep, just like it says right there. Most people are not ready. You know, most people ain't ready for these conversations because a lot of people are caught up in it, you know? And it's like a religion. They caught up in it. It's like a belief. It's hard to get out because now you got to face, damn, I was wrong. And that's a part of spiritual growth, right? Enlightenment, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, you know what? I'm wrong. Understanding, you know what? I need to leave that over there alone, this over that alone, that over there alone. People have changed and stopped smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, doing drugs, alcohol, whatever the fuck they were indulged in. Well, this is the same shit you got to do with shit that you learn, you know? You're learning that something is off, something ain't right, you know? So, you know, it is what it is. And like I said, man, this shit is deep, man. Goes into the CIA, goes into mind manipulation, mind control. You can go back to school now. You can go back to school and understand why they did the shit they did to us. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I went to school in the 80s and 90s. All right. So, what they done to us. And I remember sitting Indian style. I remember having to raise your hand. I remember doing jumping jacks. Think about that shit. Go research jumping jacks. What do you mean it's so stupid? That's just an exercise. Yeah. Go read up and then understand why they even called it jumping jack. You know? Understand why they had to have art class in school. This shit gets deep, man. You were put in school to be indoctrinated. That means your spirit taken over and something placed in there. That in itself is what you would call demonic. No, they put an entity inside of you. When we were programmed and brainwashed, it's because we had entities. How the fuck people understand? Oh, you have parasites in your body, right? You got parasites in your body. You get what else? You get virus, aka poisons in your body. Okay, they can enter your body and cause harm to your body. So, in a spiritual world, of course, things can enter your body without you even fucking knowing it. I mean, you can't be serious. You can walk up and feel vibes, but people think that shit can't get into them. Like they structured an entire matrix to invade your being. They only work off you. They only can embody you. Evil runs through the face of man. What the fuck is wrong with people, man? We all susceptible to these entities entering us at all times, at all points. They travel through these devices. They travel to your TV. They're through movies. You know, all the people that watch all these fucking movies talking about, oh, look what they're showing us. God damn it. The CIA has created MK Ultra programming to control and manipulate your mind. And you think, oh, the movie was 100% truth in it. Are you fucking kidding me? The reason how I know certain things are certain things, because I know, you know what? Man, ain't fuck. I can't even watch a fucking movie anymore. I don't give a fuck what's in it. I just can't do it. I've never done no fucking yoga. Why? My spirit never let me sit still. I never dabbled with any kind of drugs and shit like that. Because my spirit just like it ain't gonna do nothing for me. There's shit that I've done that just I haven't never done it because I'm like, oh, just not what's it gonna do for me? People like, oh, you should try this. You could do ayahuasca. You could do this. You could tap into your higher self. What the fuck? You know, you could do that without all that. Like, what is wrong with you? Knowing we're in it, knowing what we're inside of and maneuvering and battling that shit every day. Like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, I can't, you know, that's why I'm glad it's a new awakening happening. And people are waking the fuck up from this MK Ultra slumber. Okay? They are. I mean, we're literally existing every day is sorcery and magic. Every day, what we're doing is not what a spiritual being should even be fucking doing. You got to create your mind to a balance, even though if your body ain't in the balance of it. You got to put your mind into that balance and know, okay, you know, it is this, it is that, it is this, but you have a spirit, a supreme being in you that will keep you going, keep you up, keep you afloat because it's inside of you battling at all times. You know, it is what it is, man. People don't want to understand this shit. It's too hard. It's too much. It's too deep. You know, it's too deep. Even going to the motherfucking grocery store is sorcery and witchcraft. Like they're making you use labor energy and use a piece of fucking paper to go redeem what is here for you naturally. And then they got the other shit that's unnatural to actually further feed the spirit in the entity of darkness that is inside of you. See, this is the shit that people don't want to talk about. Motherfuckers that smoke cigarettes. You think you smoking that cigarette? No, that is your lower being smoking that cigarette. You think you're going to tap into your higher being? You ain't even going nowhere close to your higher being. Because one, that higher being will make you stop doing that. You know? And people talk about, you know, this whole yoga shit. Man, it's saying this is a tic-tac in the motherfucking ocean to the shit that is out here fucking with us every day. So if all this shit can enter your body, viruses, poisons, you know, fucking you got parasites already in your body, good and bad, right? Oh, all this shit, but oh no, these entities can't enter you. As long as somebody was like, as long as you do this and you do that and you don't open your, I was like, what the, are you serious? This shit could come to you unbeknownst. And then you got to say, wait a minute, man, why the fuck am I even doing this? You know? No, that ain't right. So yeah, shout out to all y'all that's out here. I only see rap samples, and you know, like I said, you know, we going into topics that are different, and it's a rarity. And I see a lot of you know algorithms just not hitting for me, but it's all good. Rap samples is here and live, and other people are here probably busy and shit listening. Shout out to all you guys. But we in for a wild ride. Just buckle up. You know what's good, Kimmy? Buckle up. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters that are here. Just buckle up, you know. And people are like, oh, where do you get all this information from? My spirit, damn it. I can't give it to you. Go research it. You show me where it's at. Just show me I'm wrong. That's it. I can't give you all this shit. I don't fucking even know where half the shit even fucking comes from. I don't know. I could just sit there and, oh, look, there it's right there. Look, see? You know, shit, you'll find it before I will. I'm just telling you it's there. You know? I mean, it is what it is. You gotta, you gotta know where, just knowing where that energy is coming from, where it's being funneled in. And I told people that yoga practice is a feminine energy, the coiled snake, the yoking, all this shit. And then motherfuckers wonder why all this goddamn weird ass gender shit is going on. Well, you got a thing like yoga going on, right? And then you got other demasculating and over feminizing entities and projects out here. Energy does not die, it only transforms. So if they can manipulate energy, what the fuck you think they doing? Popping in here, popping in there, popping in there, popping in there. There's things that I don't never talk about. And just using those words, like that means these people have these different kind of thoughts. I pick up on shit like that. People using words like sexual innuendos, right? Like using the D word or the P word or inviting people to their stuff. Watch out for that motherfucker. That person had some feminine tendencies and may be thinking about ramming up the motherfucking the wrong guy, the exit, you know, not the one that gives life, the one that exit. Be careful. I pay attention. All right. That ain't never been in my spirit to invite anyone to do some shit like that. People like, man, suck my Still, like you never hear me say them words. Long as mad as I ever been at anybody in my life, I ain't never chose those. Because my shit is in line 100%. But these motherfuckers out here, man, be very careful, man. They doing all this other shit and talking about this stuff. That means they've had thoughts of going that other way. All right. I'm just saying, it is what it is, man. What's good, King Charles? Hey, I'm just saying, man. And it's a lot of things out here. And if you're like, oh, it's the food, oh, it's this, oh, it's the medicines, oh, it's the chemicals. You sure about all that? We talking about alchemy here. You just mentioned a lot of alchemy stuff, but you forgot the spiritual side, the spiritual practice, energy harvesting, energy injection, all that shit. You forgot about that. Well, how are they doing that shit? Through visuals? Oh yeah. Programming. Look at all the gay shit they're showing on TV. What do you think the effects of that are doing? Triggering what's already been instilled in them, put in them. I mean, this shit is deep, man. But again, I ain't got against that. I'm just telling you what it is. It is what it is. They got programs out here, you know? So it's a lot, man. It is a lot. And this is what mainly P. Hall said. We know he's a psychopath. He said we must use extreme caution in the practice. He used the word practice of yoga and meditation. He said this. And he even gave all the reasons why. I mean, this motherfucker broke that shit down. Broke it down. Broke it all down. Why? Because he knew and understood. And when you say some shit like that, and they say government is to control the mind, right? Well, what do you think is going on here? In a land where there's no religion, there's no belief, there's no culture, there's no, what is American food? Hot dogs and fucking hamburgers? What's Americanized food? You got to think of what is here. There's really nothing that ties a spirit to anything. It really isn't. Like you could go to another place and their roots and their shit goes back. Our shit's been erased. We got to reconnect back to it. But a lot of these people's shit is still actually existing and standing. So that's why they have more power in their spirit. This shit over here been ravaged. And they got a whole entire matrix over it with a lie. You know? Think about that. Ain't no fucking culture in America. What's American culture? Ain't no American culture. America's new. It's the new kid on the block. It's the new kid on the fucking block. That's what America is. It's been manipulated. It's been a lot of goddamn things. You know? I mean, why would the government be interested in Eastern philosophy, spirituality, alchemy, and all that shit? Why would they? Oh, they just want to know. I mean, this shit, man. Woo! When I tell you this shit is wild, it's wild. You know? Hold on one second. Now, we gonna go through. I'm gonna do a whole video on screen with this shit, but we're gonna go into a lot of this shit. And this is one of the CIA, 1988, April 17th, 1988. Outlook, page C3, the military outpost, length 2,100 words. Headline: The Pentagon's Twilight Zone. All right. Body: general, psychics, seers, clairvoyance. The army wanted him back and was willing to try almost anything. And this is for J.B. Ryan, because they wanted to use the technique of remote viewing for war, right? And intelligence. ESP. This is what they wanted to use. I mean, this shit is deep, very deep. Very deep. And then you got hold on. Analysis and assessment. It's called analysis and assessment. Hold on, let me get it here, right here. Analysis and assessment of gateway process. And that was the Gateway Project, done by the Department of Army, U.S. Operational Group, U.S. Army Intelligence and Security Command, Fort George Meade, Maryland. And this shit from fucking 2003. All right. And they even and also J.B. Ryan was a part of the binaural beats. Be careful when y'all listen to them binaural beats. That's why I can't really listen to the shit no more. Only the old shit and some different channels, because a lot of this shit on here, guys, a lot of this shit on here is, man, if you look up the binaural beats, binaural tones, beats, and frequency, yo, this shit came from the CIA. That's where it comes from. All right, hold on. I'm gonna give y'all the exact the word terms that they used. And they did tests where basically what they did is they did tests where they had 6 people in a room, okay? And they had headphones. And what they did is they laid them down, right? They kept them for, I think it was 6 hours or 8 hours. I can't remember. But they just would watch them for the 6 hours. And then they would watch and record them for 8 hours and 6 hours. And after that, they would put them to sleep and under binaural beats. And that shit always, whenever I listen to those beats, those tones and shit on YouTube, the meditation music, that shit would put me to sleep in 5 minutes flat. I never lasted longer than 5 minutes. I'm out. The minute I'm because my spirit is open. So I'm out. And I used to, the old shit, man, because I used to like look at the channels and see who they were. The old shit, man, I would be coming back like I would be, man, I wouldn't even want to wake back up. It was so powerful. And I was like, my mind was just lit open, and I was just, man, learning all kinds of shit. Waking up like, what the fuck? How I know this shit? And then it turned as years went on. Like I've probably stopped listening to it. You know, I'll try every once in a while, but I gotta like dig and sift, and it's like I just play it, and I'm like, man, my spirit just says eliminate it, eliminate it, eliminate it, eliminate it, and like I can't. My spirit doesn't let me get into it, and I try to look for the old ones. I can't fucking find them nowhere. I cannot find them shits nowhere. And I'm like, damn, the algorithm don't even push those ones no more. It's all these new shits, man. I try to listen, man. That shit had me some wicked ass, fucked up ass dream. I'm like, I woke up feeling empty, and I'm like, yeah, I can't fuck with this shit. And I actually tried one last night because all the shit going on, and I found one. This shit was, when was this? It was this one from. Let me go to my history. And again, I was out. I had a dope ass dream last night. Well, travel. All right, it was. When was this one? Um, this is from 16 years ago. Ain't that crazy? And it was called Theta Brainwave Music. Kaleidoscopic Brainwave, right? And that was fucking 16 years ago. It was uploaded. So that's how far back I had to fucking go. And you know, I judge it was I had a dope ass. I feel refreshed. It was perfect. It was like I remember. But like over and over, and when I stopped like 2 years ago, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You know, now I understand. And be careful out there, man. Like I said, we could be opening ourselves up to be embodied. You know, I'm just telling you because these entities only live off, and this is what people don't understand, man. Let me give you a quick timeout though. I'm gonna take an intermission. Rock out to some purple beats for a moment. It's back. Shout out to Purple Beats. Give me a minute. Sorry about that. I got a phone call while I was busy. But let me know if y'all can still hear me. Again, I'm sorry about that. But let me know if y'all can still hear me. Okay, thanks. When we were shout out to my beautiful people at Just Juice, we were just talking about, health, well-being, natural medicine, stuff like that. So beautiful when the energy just rolls around and fits the energy. I just happen to randomly, you know, talking about stuff and on this stream and then go in there and it's like the stream is continuing, you know. So it's good to be around like-minded people. Um, but so yeah, it's a lot. I've said a lot, and it's good to see that people are waking up from the awakening. Ain't that some crazy, crazy shit? Waking up from the awakening. That's what we gotta do, you know. But yeah, man, just go through. Oh, I was explaining the situation where with the beats, binarial beats and shit like that. They actually call it binarial beats and tones and frequencies. And again, what they did is they had people in a room for 6 to 8 hours, let's just say 6 hours, and they observed them for that 6 hours. And then they said, put the headphones on, and they turned the beats on. Within 5 minutes, they were totally, you heard like coughing, sniffling, breathing, and chatter for like the first 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, when I read that, I'm like, God damn, what the fuck was I doing, and hopefully I had the right, binarial beats, going. When I used to sleep with that shit. But within 5 minutes, you're done. You're gone. And that's a fact. You're gone. So, and they would observe them while they're sleeping. And, they would be sound off of sleep. They had the brain activity machine on it. And, they saw all the brain activity, for whatever that's worth. But then when they woke up, they observed them, right? So then what they did is they did what is it called? Hold on. I'm gonna give you the exact name. I don't want to misconstrue this shit. It was called um it was called it was called damn, let me find out what it was called. Hold on. Shit, hold on. What the hell was it called? Let me a second. Give me a second. It was called shit, why can't I find it? Oh, it was called Frequency. It was the CIA Gateway Project, right? But it was called Frequency Following Response Activation. Okay. So after that, they put them to sleep, right? And what they did was they activated the frequency following response activation, right? Now what they did is when they put them headphones on, they would send certain frequencies that this JB Ryan he understood, right? And he would wake them up. They would be doing tasks, walking around and doing things, talking to each other. Yo, this shit blew my fucking mind. And then made them lay back down and then turned the beats off and woke them all up. And not one person knew what the fuck they did. And we all know that hypnosis is real, but this shit is a whole nother fucking level real. Like, I was like, wait a minute, what? And this shit is all CIA documents that were released and unclassified because they don't give a fuck, right? They got to tell you the truth. This is real. So I'm like, wait a minute. And think about the ramifications of that shit when they use music. We already know what they do with the music. We already know. Look at the youth, the TV, all this shit. Think about it, man. Think about it. And this is why, even in my spirit, I'm like, yo, man, like I can't. There's certain things that I just can't do anymore. Like I just don't like. Like I said, I was like, last night I'm about to try this shit. So I went way back to like the old shit. I went, like I said, to the old ass shit. And boy, it was like before. And I'm like, damn, like, wow, I haven't dreamed like that in a long time, you know? So think about how they can, and there's other studies that they've done, um, with using frequencies and then you get into MK Ultra. They even called the MK Ultra in the ad. They called it MK Ultra. See, it's more than mine. It's so deep, man. Like, yo, man, this shit is crazy. Looks like uh, two RPDs walking down the street. Sure is. They must be walking the beat, making people feel safe on the streets. But anyways, um, they have the conscious energy grid, right? And if you look at the conscious energy grid, it has the left hemisphere conscious grid, the right hemisphere conscious grid. Now, the left hemisphere conscious grid acts like the mind's computer software to reduce input from right hemisphere to verbal symbols and concept. The right hemisphere conscious grid reduces three-dimensional holographic image to two-dimensional go/no go. What the fuck are they talking about? Think about that. Think about that. And it's the conscious energy grid that they have. And it's like a flat square, right? It's basically like a hexagram, but it's in a three-dimensional flat across, flat down the middle, and flat through the side. It looks like a plus sign on the top and a plus sign on the side. That's what it looks like. Yo, this shit is wild, man. Like how deep they were into mind manipulation. They were deeper than I could ever even imagine to go. I don't even understand how the shit they were talking about. So when you think about this, yo, it's some wild stuff, man. It's truly some wild stuff. Okay, and then you got the absolute in infinity. The absolute in infinity is a frequency brainwave, right? Um, Sorry about that. Let me know if I'm live and direct. Let me know if I'm good, guys. Man, they got right, Kimmy. Frequency is. I mean, it frequency is used in ways that we didn't even know it's a damn frequency. Ain't that crazy? And all this stuff, man, you could just hit it. Just if people want to learn it, listen, verify it. Go on there, and you'll find it. Um, but thanks, Mr. Magnets. I mean, it's a lot of wild stuff, man. A lot of wild. It's deep, man. And I'm gonna do I'm gonna do some videos on this stuff on screen when I got time. Um, because it shows, the ways we've been manipulated in many, 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 many ways. You know. And again, I don't claim to know anything. All I know is nothing. All right. All I can give y'all is some things. You know. So, like I said, man, is yoga real? Shit. I mean, is yoga evil? It all depends on if y'all understand what yoga even is. All right. Exercising? No, that ain't evil. All right. Unless you're exercising, killing people or some shit. Stretching? No, that ain't evil. But the practice of yoga, oh, it can, and you can embody some entities for sure, 100% without a doubt. Luckily, for most of the fake awakened spiritual people, they haven't been doing yoga. They just been calling it yoga. Even though there's been a lot of people that do practice meditation and practice, all that stuff together with another supreme being sitting inside their being. So you already know what's going to happen. Okay. But again, you know, stuff is deep. When people talk about the Kundalini and all this other shit, that's new age shit. Like, come on, man. It's all verifiable. Just go look it up. It's very, very new. It's not an old concept. It's not an old understanding. You know, this is one reason why yoga is not a Chinese practice. Okay. So, but anyways, it's deep, man. Like I said, they use this shit when they tried to indoctrinate us, in school, you know, sitting Indian style, raising our hand, standing in line, the periods, periods in class, why we had periods, why, there was ways they had to indoctrinate us, man, like that we couldn't even begin to understand, you know. And one of the things that, was put out was, well, how do we get, because school is new. School is actually something new, you know. We all know our great grand, they ain't go to no fucking school. There was no school, you know. School is a new thing. So what they found was, how do we get the human mind to be docile and be able to indoctrinate it? How do we do that? Because we know the human mind wanders. How do we keep it into play? Well, they set up a period structure. That's why, if you notice, you went from subject to subject to subject, because they have to try to keep you entertained, intertwined in. See, I never could pay attention. It just never fit with my spirit. Never, never once, not ever. It was like, yo, he's got ADD. Mom was like, oh, yeah, whatever. My mom ain't never put us on no fucking drugs, you know? And so that's why, like, listen, I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers be talking all this. I got a degree in this, I got a degree. Bitch, you're just dumb as fuck. You were super indoctrinated. Okay. Sorry to tell you, you got one degree of knowledge. And not knocking anybody that went to college, but I'm talking about the ones who are arrogant with it, who think they're always throw it in your face. Like, I got a degree. You ain't even got no degree. Bitch, you can't talk to me then. Go talk to people that got degrees. You can't fathom or understand what I'm talking about, because you have been highly indoctrinated by a system of evil entities. And it's inside of you, instilled in you with stone, and they gave you a fucking scroll. Motherfuckers gave you a scroll. Think about that. Think about that shit. And if you graduated, you wore a cap and gown. Yeah, you was doing a ritual. Even the motherfucking my son actually told me about this. Even the fucking everybody wears the cap and gown. You know, everybody wears that black robe. You know, like a fucking priest. Yeah, they gave you a scroll, motherfucker. Here's your scroll. Get out of here. But anyways, so they had to figure out how to keep the human mind busy in school, right? So what they found was children started to color and doodle. So guess what they had to create? Fucking art class. Students would begin to hum, sing. They created music class because they needed to keep that energy and let it out of their system so they can get back to being indoctrinated. That's why you had art class. Ain't that crazy? They were like in art class, so they structured it so now your mind will wait for art class. See? Man, all this is structured. They had gym for what? Exercise, because they knew you had to move around. They had to tire you the fuck out to sit back down and listen and be fucking docile. It was very rare that they had gym right in the fucking morning. Very rare that there was gym class dead ass in the morning. You know, some did, some didn't. They need to keep you in a certain spirit to be indoctrinated. You know, they had to give you a doctrine, right? Ain't that crazy? That's fucking crazy, man. You know, when you think about the whole school shit, you know, it is what it is. Think of that, then you start to spread out. You know what? Start spreading out. Think about your community. You're like, damn, these motherfuckers, man. You know? Yeah, hearing tests. Ain't that crazy? They hit us with frequency. We ain't even fucking know it. Do a hearing test. Where the fuck those tests come from? We need to research that. Oh, they're coming around with the hearing test. We got to see if you can hear. You know? Fuck kind of shit. They was tones they was putting in our brain. You know? Think about that shit. That's a good one. Deafening us in a fucking, they put us in a fucking chamber, soundproof chamber, and put these fucking headphones on, and then pump pulses through our fucking ears. Where'd that shit come from? Damn, I ain't even think of that one. That's a good one. And then mathematics. Y'all still haven't realized that the math, 90% of the mathematics was for to manipulate and structure your mind for a certain way to think. All right? That's it. That's what they use it for. Because these motherfuckers go through an entire life and the shit that they never used in their life and never will use. Not even in the most scientific fucking community. And there's math that they have for, what do they call those people? That we ain't ever even heard of. They have math for select people. Like real mathematics. They don't even call it math. I forgot what it is. But it's the motherfuckers that created like your cell phone, your computer, you know, created shit that we could never get our hands on. You know, there's special knowledge for these people. There's special characteristics that we ain't never even seen before that would look foreign and alien to us that these motherfuckers hide and keep. And I believe that they have used to put in technology so we can never figure out how to make a goddamn cell phone. Who the fuck? Ain't no amateurs. We can make shit like oil, gas, you know, little shit here and there, you know. But a bitch ain't figure out how to make a goddamn cell phone. You know, if somebody did, then I missed it. How you make a goddamn iPhone or a Samsung phone? Like, how the fuck you do that? How do you do that? Might be some easy ass technology, honestly. But how do you create this kind of device? How did you create the screens? How the fuck did you create the machines to make the fucking screens in the phone? That's what I be thinking about. Like, goddamn, sometimes I sit there and think like, man, okay, they build cars. Like, look at this amazing ass fucking car. Well, you know what's more amazing? Who the fuck built the machines to build the goddamn car to formulate the goddamn parts? I'd be like, yo, that shit's amazing to me. Like, you mean to tell me they created a machine to create this part? What machine created that machine to create that part? Like, yo, technology and engineering, man, that shit is wild, man. You know, when you start to think about it, like a machine created this. Like, what created that machine? Then what created that machine? Like, it's amazing, man. Inventions and the human mind is crazy, man. You know, it's crazy. It really is. It's wild. So these are the things that trip me out. I'll be thinking like, damn, who the fuck made that machine? You know, sometimes I see these big ass fucking machines, like I just marvel over it, like, damn, look at this machine. It's stripping the fucking big ass 40-foot machine, stripping the pavement and laying tar at the same time. Like, what in the fuck even is that? You know? And then what made that machine? That's the shit that I be thinking about, man. Crazy, man. Crazy. Right, Kimmy. Real humans wouldn't even, I mean, think about that. But what they have done is they've tapped into a knowledge, that is just something else, man. And they want to create, who the fucking kind of psychopath wants to create another artificial human being? Like, what psychopaths want to just create fake foods and like genetically modify food? Like, well, this is some sick fucking twisted ass fucking human beings, you know? Crazy. We want to use science to create, this model of this. Like, these fucking people are psychopaths, man. You know? Exactly, Kimmy. Exactly. But yeah. But yeah, guys, so that's all my root and raving today. The wild shit that's happening in the path of totality. That's gonna get extremely worse and more crazy because they have again used something to bring in these entities, and entities cannot embody animals. These entities do not embody sea life. These entities do not embody insects, reptiles. They embody human beings. Okay? You can catch a cold, bitch. You can catch a fucking entity too. I mean, it is what it is. Some people got entities like the motherfucking, you know, makes you wonder, what was Mr. 19? What was COVID-19? Was it a spirit? Sit back. Was it a fucking mass amount of entities under a energy of Mr. 19? That's what it looks like to fuck to me, because they ran George Floyd during that shit too. They did a whole lot of shit during that, so they brought in a whole world of entities, you know? Because a real human that's in tune with us ain't gonna tell you what you got to do anyway. So they working already inside our brothers and sisters, our mothers and fathers. Sorry about that. So, you know, these entities, and they here, man. These motherfuckers here. You know, I know when I see these motherfuckers, anything that goes against, humanity, and you can't put a finger on it, like, why the fuck are they even doing this? Guess what that is? That's them entities. They live now. We're operating and they live. You can't figure it out. You don't know why that's happening, because we're in they live. It's not of this place. That energy that this motherfucker got ain't from here. It's ironic. All the shit you see going on in society fits what they want to happen. So that would mean they have put these entities out, and they have embodied us. And therefore, that's what you see working around your community, your governments, your polices, all this shit. You know? When I call a little motherfucking the little people running around here doing all this crazy shit with these stolen Kias, demons, they like, how could you call them a demon? Motherfucker, because that's what they are. They're fucking demons. What's more demon than that shit? Do you not see what's happening out here? That's a fucking demon. You know? They've embodied some darkness, and hey, that's what's in them. You know? Them motherfucker need to cry. All right? That shit needs to come out of them. That demon needs to be scared the fuck out of them, ripped out of them, any way, shape, or form. Then you'll know, damn, they did have a spirit in them. They did have an entity in them. You know? You ever seen somebody scared straight? Well, they scared straight that demon right the fuck out of them. You know? So, all right, guys, I got to get up off here, man. You know, it's a pleasure talking to y'all. And, you know, and just, man, buckle up. It's going to be a hell of a ride. So much love to y'all. And talk to y'all in a little bit. So, peace and love.
Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my face. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a minor. Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my veins.